The United Ancient Nations, one of the next great contributions to the entire planet, the entire humanity, the cosmos, from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, the United Ancient Nations. The United Nations, 4 ancient nations, indigenous nations. This is a profound intergovernmental body. More than 100 ancient nations are already members of this United Ancient Nations. 100 indigenous nations and indigenous kingdoms. So the United Ancient Nations is to unite and support all the indigenous nations, indigenous kingdoms all over the world for protecting the rights of the Aboriginal communities, promoting peaceful coexistence and mutual understanding, reviving ancient sacred sciences and knowledge systems, advocating for the sovereignty and rights of indigenous people worldwide. And not only that, Swamiji has also created the World Health Organization for Indigenous Nations, the International Monetary Fund for Indigenous Nations, the World Bank for Indigenous Nations, and more. So all of these structures have been evolved and now successfully they're all functional. Beautiful, unbelievable contributions from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, reviving the foundational structure of the humanity, the indigenous nations. If we look around the world, the populations living in all different places around the world, the main population is the indigenous population. The indigenous kingdoms, indigenous nations that have been there for many, many, many centuries. Unfortunately, modern governments of many, many countries around the world do not support, recognize, or encourage the functioning of these indigenous nations. Although the indigenous people make up the vast majority of the entire global population. So we welcome each and every one of you to join in the celebrations with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, in uniting the indigenous nations, working to preserve, protect, and grow the indigenous knowledge and the people around the world, the communities, the ancient nations, through the United Ancient Nations. And we're inviting all indigenous nations, all ancient nations now to join in the global celebration of Kumbh Mela, the celebration by the foundational indigenous nations, celebrating global peace without discrimination. So we invite all indigenous nations to join, and specifically in North America, the dates will be February 2nd, February 11th, and February 25th as the 3 remaining largest celebrations of this gathering, happening from January 13th to February 26th of 2025. 500 million people expected to gather, the world's largest gathering of humanity. So we welcome you all to join with KAILASA and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for this beautiful celebration. Nithyanandam.
जगदीश सुधीश भवेश विभो परमेश परात्पर पूत पिता प्रणतं पतितं हत बुद्धिबलं जनतारण तारयता पितकम् गुणहीन सुधीन मलिन मदिं त्वयि पातरिता दरिचा परतिं तमसारक सावित वृत्तिविमं जनता